The teams have been introduced. Depending on whether or not we have an engagement, I have an answer for you, but it
Go
may
ahead.
take a little while, so this might have to be something covered in the next lobby.
Oh, I see. Okay, so next, the first ship is Triton, piloted by Arias. It's a goldfish with heavy hwacha and double carronade. Next one is Liberator, piloted by Skybox. It's a galleon with that's a lumberjack, heavy flag, Hades flare gun of carronade and hwacha figurehead.
And for the Rydr clan, we have the Deicide. It is a galleon piloted by Dementio, aka Daniel. Left side, Lumberjack, Watcher, Hades, and a rear flare gun, and a right side carronade Watcher, and reverse of the usual positioning. And then we have an engagement starting up. Liberator and Deicide exchanging fire, Triton taking a ton of fire from the Gizmo Duck, which incidentally is a galleon piloted by Sputnik, left side Hades, Watcher, Minotaur, rear Gatling gun, right side Minotaur, Watcher. That is interesting.
Oh my, Triton.
Triton eating a face full of Watcher. Oh, that's not what they wanted.
I think it was double Watcher actually. Well, they are heavily damaged but behind cover now, so Liberator is now the main target for now for the blue team. Triton shook the spot, so the blue team doesn't have the idea where they are. Oh, there it is. Watch on the Deicide. Yeah, watch on.
Has gun arcs on them though, and oh, that must be annoying. The Minotaur turning their main gun off of arc, trying to get up. Hades fire coming in on the Gizmo Duck. Deicide acquiring the Liberator and popping their balloon, I think.
Indeed.
Balloon very close to being broken. It's on fire. It's popped. I'm gonna start falling. Gizmo Duck engaging Triton and Deicide. Triton taking a ton of fire from the Watcher.
Indeed, Triton is in very bad position here, or not position at all. Because they died, so it's first kill for Ryders, Clan Ryders. I mean, yep. Clan Ryders, Clan, not Ryders, Clan, Ryders.
Liberator on the ground, balloon locked, armored down.
Oh my, this is another very good day for Maenad Ryders.
That was brutal and painful.
Indeed, Jesus Christ, that's annoying to type. What?
Exterminator observing that the Ryders clan have a wonderful name that will definitely not result in us hating them forever. You hear me, Spud?
Okay, so Liberator is back in action. Wait, where's Triton? Where is he? Oh, there it is.
Nowhere to be seen. Ah, there he is. He's just spawned in. Liberator taking a few Hades shots to the face. So I think this fish is working out to be something of a liability here. The Gizmo Duck and Deicide have managed to keep gun arcs on it, and the Gizmo Duck has been a massive pain for it. The constant Minotaur fire pushing the Watcher off of arc has just left the Triton frankly miserable, and I suspect that Arias is having a hell of a time trying to keep his gun pointed at the target.
Indeed. Oh, okay, so Liberator is receiving some minor damage to their balloon and hull. Triton is going in without spot. Well, I mean, he's not spotted, and now firing a Watcher into Gizmo Duck, disabling their guns. So
that was a beautiful disable from the Triton. They've managed to pop the Gizmo Duck. Problem is now that Deicide has gun arcs on them.
Oh yeah, Deicide is going for him, and Liberator is too far in order for support. So Triton is on his own for a moment.
Oh, ram coming in on the Gizmo Duck from the Triton.
Choo choo.
Oh, it was down. Break. Oh.
If there was a Watcher, he would have made some damage. Yeah, Triton's now eating Watcher, eating ground, and eating carronade. Or that's Minotaur actually. Another carronade.
I think the next thing that they're going to eat is the dust that's invited. Yep, there we go down the.
There's
down
the
track.
dust.
That's the problem. Is that was about as perfect an engagement as the goldfish could hope for in terms of their position. They closed in, completely broke everything on the gizmo duck with a great watcher shot. But then no substantial backup from the Liberator that's at long range. But they managed to get a break on the Deicide. Gizmo Duck moving into body block. Deicide's balloon is out. It's taken a little while to get it back. There we go. Bumps, but their armor was up and they're back in the sky.
Yeah. So Liberator is now with Triton. Triton has spawned back, but Liberator is without armor, and
this
now,
is not good.
Now receiving explosive damage. Minor, but still, it's something.
That
Oh my!
balloon is an armor
Oh my!
box here because it's popped.
Indeed. So he is receiving some heavy damage to their hull. Bumping into the ground or dust. He is in a very bad position here from the Hwacha and for the Hwacha and Carronade. Carronade. Hades. Carronade wouldn't do that range.
Hwacha, Carronade, Lumberjacks, everything's popping the Liberator.
I don't think Carronade because they're too far away for Carronade. And one sneeze and there it is! Go on, sneeze. And there it is. Liberator died. And now it's 0-4. They should surrender.
Something tells me they're not going to make that mistake twice, Kaj.
Oh, you think?
Trying to maneuver into cover here. Bumping. They know where the Triton is. So it's not as though sneaking up here is going to be an option until their ally is back in.
Wait, do you mean like Maenad Ryders didn't know about the 0-5 surrender?
I think they didn't realize that would be the outcome.
Oh my, that is.
There was a rule confusion, and so that's why they surrendered. Is they figured that would put them even rather than risk the remaining 2 points.
I see.
But unfortunately, that isn't the case. You lose 5-0 if you surrender, and Liberator now taking a lot of fire. Oh, that's unfortunate because they've just spawned in, which means that the Liberator here has no chem on anything that isn't broken. They did manage to get chem on the balloon. It may not make a whole heap of difference because it may well be popped here.
Yeah.
There's fire on the hull. They didn't have time to get their chem cycles up. Balloon is popped. The whole thing is now one giant armor box. The Watcher's coming in. Hades appears to be.
Liberator is now without armor. They managed to get. No, they're still without armor. They are receiving damage to their balloons, so they covered most of the explosive damage dealt with by them.
There's no one on the hull.
Oh my god!
Made it back to the hull, but they're bottoming out.
Explosive damage on the Liberator. He's half of their hull left. Triton now focusing on Gizmo Duck. He managed to get some attention, but still, he will be the next target. I hate Minotaurs when they are shooting against me.
It gets much worse though. Triton softened an armor break there. They're damaged. They're sitting on their own, and the Liberator is not going to have much time to get in here.
Indeed, Triton.
Break. Their guns are facing the wrong way. They bump. Oh, this could be it.
Oh my! Triton is receiving hull damage. They managed to get armor and balloon back, but armor is down again. Busy day for engineers on Triton. Oh, there it is, explosive damage, and that's the end. 4 million Ryders.
I was going to say, Kaj, I think the day's about to get a little less busy, unfortunately.
Yeah, so congratulations, Blue Team, which are Clan Ryders Clan. So it's 0-5, they should surrender. We have here. Uh, we are actually half into SCS, right? Like behind the half.
Just slightly under half because
Under half.
Yes, so we played 3 matches. There are 6 in the group stage, and I don't know if the final is best of 3 or if it's single elimination.
I see.
Sorry, if it's best of 3 or if it's best of 1. I think it might be best of 3, in which case we have up to 9 games, so we could be as little as a third or as much as 5/8 of the way through.
Oh my.
No, sorry, 3/8 of the way through.
I hope I'll have time for that because, well, it's too late in here. But we'll see. Ouroboros is not. I forgot about loadout. So first ship, Tempest, piloted by Skybox. It's a Mobula with Flare, Artemis, Hades, Artemis, and Flak. Next one is Ouroboros, piloted by Arias. It's a Mobula with Gatling, Artemis, Hades. That's a Banshee and Artemis. Alright, go ahead.
And we have the Fancy, a Mobula piloted by Dementio for the Rydr clan. It has a left side Artemis, lower deck Carronade, top deck Hades, right side Artemis Carronade, and it is getting the crap shot out of it by Hades fire. Armor break, it's sitting in front of multiple light guns here. This is not a happy time for the Fancy. Armor is still down, Hades landing, they get their armor back up, but so much fire hitting this thing. The Gizmo Duck has got to get its guns into play here, or the Fancy is going to be in deep stuck. Okay, we also have the Gizmo Duck, which I'm scared to move away from the Fancy to tell you about.
Indeed,
looks like
Ouroboros.
it's now engaged with the Tempest. Okay, so Gizmo Duck is piloted by Spudnik, it's a Galleon, the left side is Hades, Lumberjack, Heavy Flak, rear is a Beacon.
Ouroboros is dead.
Right side oh my.
Go ahead, finish your loadout.
Oh, sorry, the right side is a Watcher light carronade. Ouroboros is dead. How did that happen, guys?
Well, a lot of shooting and a lot of hide and see.
Fair enough.
I just noticed the hole on the Ouroboros in the status screen, so I just quickly switched.
I'm willing to bet that it was a lock flak from the Gizmo Duck, because that's what they just did to the other Mobula.
Yeah, he's now 0-2 in favor of blue team, which are Ryders clan. Why did you choose this name?
Ooh, that must have been some very precise flak fire from the Gizmo Duck there, because that's at least one ship I saw take a lock flak. The second Mobula, and my suspicion is that the first ship took a lock flak, which sad times if you're the engineer on the hull on either of those.
Yeah. Oh, so yeah, go ahead.
I was going to say it's one of those things that can make an engineer paranoid, because every armor break is potentially the last thing you're going to experience before a heavy flak hits you.
Yeah. Fancy is now being the target for 2 Mobulas. I think 2 Mobulas? Yes.
Oh, there was an armor break. The flak missed.
Oh my.
Lumberjack hasn't though. Tempest is dropping.
Yeah, Tempest is engaging Gizmo Duck, as well as Ouroboros is now going for Gizmo Duck. Gizmo Duck's armor is down, receiving heavy hull damage, well, explosive damage, so he managed to get it back up, but he is severely wounded.
I think Daniel might be leaving Gizmo Duck to die here.
Indeed.
Yeah.
But Fancy is not, well, in good condition either. So I guess they should, in my opinion, they should like go ahead and die to get a fresh ship.
I would be tempted to try and get an armor break on the one of the two enemy ships here and try and do as much damage as possible.
Yeah, I wanted to like the most as much damage as possible, but there is a chance when you get the armor break that Gizmo Duck will kill it.
True, especially if Gizmo Duck is sitting at range.
Yeah, he is, I think, in range for Ouroboros, so we'll see.
Oh yes. Oh, and they popped the Ouroboros.
Now Fancy's been the
The
target.
Tempest from behind.
Yeah, Fancy is not the target here for 2 modules. He is going down here very soon, I believe. Okay, oh, there it is.
Yes, but Gizmo Duck now has an opportunity because Tempest is high. It's going to try and come down, but Ouroboros is popped and low.
Yeah, but they managed to get Balloon back up, so
Oh,
Gizmo Duck is all alone.
He's turned the close range guns on his enemy here. That's an interesting decision because he's in all the gun arcs. At least on the Tempest. He's managed to get underneath the Ouroboros, which means that he's probably going to manage to get away here.
I see.
Oh, this is interesting. The Fancy has spawned back in. He's in both of the gun arcs, but the Gizmo Duck is turning to engage. It could be the Ouroboros, could be the Tempest. I'm not really clear.
I don't know. Fancy is now the target for 2 mobulas. Gizmo Duck is too far away to support them with some fire. Well, there it is, some shoot, but
Gizmo
Fancy.
Duck's gonna need to shoot something soon. Down goes the Fancy, and now Gizmo Duck is. This is a less good position for the Gizmo Duck because both balloons on the Tempest and the Ouroboros are in decent shape. They don't have the vertical mobility to get around them. They've managed to hit the Tempest, but that's just going to pop their balloon, which means they're going to fall, which is going to keep them in arc of the Gizmo Duck.
Yeah, I have to say, Muni Ryders are now in good standing here. 3-2 in favor of Muni Ryders. So Gizmo Duck is the next target here, and he is dead.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. So he is dead. So it's 4-2 in favor of red team, which are Maenad Ryders. So they might. They had 5 kills. Okay, so now they are winning against Skyborn. Am I right?
I don't think so, no, because they suffered a 5-0 in the previous game, and it's 4-2 here, which means that they're down from this engagement. This particular exchange, 7 points total, and they were already down against the Skyborn there. So, what they will need to have happen if the scores remain comparable, or if they manage to get another kill against the Clan Ryders here, is they will need the Clan Ryders to basically beat the crap out of the Skyborn.
I don't know. So Tempest now is the target for Gizmo Duck and Fancy. Tempest lost their armor and balloon. He is a sitting duck here. They managed to get the armor back up, but balloon was still out. Meanwhile, Ouroboros is still targeting Fancy with Hades and Artemis.
So Ouroboros closing, gonna be somewhat exposed here, I think. They are trying to charge the Fancy, but they're now sitting directly in front of the Gizmo Duck. They're just inside arming time on the Lumberjack. Does that Lumberjack have Lockneck? Oh, Helios, what are you carrying? No, it does not. It's got greased. Ouroboros suffering an armor break. Tempest suffering an armor break. Damage on both these ships. Gizmo Duck taking a little bit of fire. They've got 3 stacks on the hull. They managed to put it out, but I think that is going to put them on cooldown for a break here.
Indeed, no.
Malachite comes just in time.
Tempest is heavily damaged here behind hard cover. Well, we can say that. Fancy is now targeting with Gizmo deck Ouroboros, I believe, but Tempest should be the target here shortly because he's the most damaged one. He
Yes,
is losing armor. He managed to get back up, but their balloon is down, so they might go down here in a bit. Some few hard sneezes and they're down. Yep, there it is. One.
Break. Tempest is moments away from death.
Then whoa, was that a heavy flak? No. What was that?
I don't think so. I think that's a good question. What does Daniel have on here? It could have been no, it was two.
I was watching the stream and there were banshees. I think banshees on Fancy. Does he have banshees?
Carronade, Artemis, Hades,
no.
Carronade, Artemis. So
something was
Artemis
like
or...
serious. Oh well. Meanwhile, Tempest is down, so it's 4-4, 1 kill.
So the only possibilities are a heavy flak from the Gizmo duck, which I didn't see.
No, the Gizmo duck was
Artemis
turned.
The,
He was turned against the Ouroboros, so he hadn't any arcs.
So the only other possibility is a double Artemis hit from the Fancy. If
yeah,
that would probably be enough.
I believe it was triple actually, but no marks, hit marks were there, so I was confused for a bit.
Huh.
I thought
so that
those.
Brings us to 4-4, which is bad news for the Ryders.
Indeed, and they spawn in the right time. Now two modules against. Well, now it's like full on. New mode, let's say, because everyone is fresh, full hull and full balloon. So let's see how this goes.
So I think at this point it is impossible for the Ryders to actually win. A lot of fire coming down on Fancy, but Fancy is close range. They're closing over the Ouroboros.
Yeah. Gizmo Dog is now being targeted by Tempest. He is eating watch a barrage. So all their guns are disabled except for one. Ouroboros is targeting Fancy because he is the most vulnerable one because of its hull and armor.
Oh yeah, they want to get a kill here, but a lot of fire coming down on Tempest. Armor about to go. Yep, there it is. Fancy suffers a break at the same time, though. This exchange could go either way. Fancy taking a lot of fire. Tempest not suffering much fire, but in comes a Watcher. Half of their guns are broken. The remainder is a light flak that's on fire. They've got that Artemis, but Fancy taking a ton of fire, and down they go.
Indeed, so many riders win. So congratulations, you had, well, it was close.
It certainly is. Congratulations. Unfortunately for them, 5-4 I don't think is enough for them to claw this